It's my light switch for my living room / bedroom. See how there's on, there's off, there's on, there's off, right? There's a light that is supposed to look on, off, on, off, on, off. Now I'll show you why. I installed a security camera. As you see, that is the mount for the security camera. It was a Blink Mini. Somebody stole it. Because they cut the power to my to the living room bedroom side of my studio, and I installed the camera on the 5th of March. It's the same day that I purchased it. I didn't even have the camera for 24 hours. Maybe 4 hours. I had it for. So me and the dog go out and to go get some pet supplies, and let me show you. I'm going over to the breaker box here. This right here, this is for that wall unit that I showed you. See, it says bedroom lighting. Everything's on except for the heater. I have the heater switch turned off because it likes to turn on by itself. But all the rest of the power, it's all on. So I'll reset the breaker. Watch. Let's reset it. Okay. Okay. On. Hold on. It's still on. They did that. Now, how they even knew I freaking had a camera installed is beyond me. I don't understand how anybody knew. Because this is supposed to be my apartment, and I'm supposed to have privacy. I have the right to privacy. How did they know I installed a camera? So anyways, when we got back, I come in, I unlocked the door was locked, so when I came back in, nothing was out of the ordinary. Until I came in, and I went over to open the blinds, and I looked up and I said, "Where's my camera?" Somebody came in and they took my camera out of my unit. And they cut the power so they could come in and take the camera without being seen. Because I went back on the app, on my Blink Mini app, and there's no video feed. You want to know why there's no video feed? Because they cut the power to the unit, as I just proved. Number one question is, how did they know I've installed a camera? How did they know to cut the power? What does that mean? You know what that means? I'm being spied on. Why would you spy on me? Well, number one, I am a famous and known author. I am a published author. I am an aspiring screenwriter. I work for Call Sheet Media in Hollywood. I'm famous. So I'm being spied on. They came in here looking, I'm sure they came in here looking for debit cards or money, something valuable. And I don't keep anything valuable on me or in my home. I just learned things the hard way. Well, I learned from the other place that I was at, which is a really, really terrible place. I was hoping the best for this one, and it didn't work out. But, anyways, and not to mention, I moved in here February 25th of 2025. And I was supposed to move in here January 19th. And then something came up to where I couldn't move in because of I have a service animal and an ESA cat. And so they were giving me a hard time about the ESA cat. I mean, that wasn't even a big deal. But it took them 3 weeks to respond, even though my doctor 2 weeks earlier sent in a reasonable accommodation for me to have an emotional support animal and a service dog. So, so they finally approved me to move in February 25th. So my rent was already paid for a full month, a month in advance, because I applied for some rental help assistance. So this organization paid for my first month's rent and my deposit and my security deposit. So my first month's rent originally was supposed to be $182 a month, because it is based through a third of your income. Well, I don't make that much money on SSI. I'm on a very limited income. I'm on a fixed income. So the other place that I was at, I paid the same amount in rent, and they based it off of my income too, which I made the same amount then that I give here, that I reported here. So the rental assistance place cut them a check for $182, and plus a security deposit in the amount of $255. So it was a little over $400 that they received. But my point is, the rental assistance company sent them a check for $182. That's originally what they were supposed to charge me. And that was for a full month. So I didn't move in until February 25th. That's only 3 days. Because there's only 28 days in the month of February. So I was only here 3 days. 3 days. So they were supposed to prorate that amount. They were only supposed to charge, the prorated amount for 3 days was $26.25. So you minus $26.25 from $182, the leftover amount is $155. So here comes March. They did not prorate me for March, and they were supposed to. Instead of carrying over the leftover balance of the $155 and adding that to March's rent, that would have only left me with, all I should have had to pay was $90 for rent for the month of March, because of the prorated amount of $155 should have been deducted from the $245 rent, which they charged. Oh, and they raised my rent from $182 to $245 the day that I moved in here. So, I should have, they were supposed to prorate March, they were supposed to add the $155 balance and prorate that as from March. So that left me with $90. They charged me a full month's of, they made me pay $245 rent, knowing full well that they were supposed to prorate me the money that was already there. And I've only been there, I was only in this place 3 days at that time, when I paid for March, which was, I paid March 5th. So, they made me pay they made me pay the full amount, knowing full well that that money was my budget money to get me and my animals by for the whole month of March. And they made me give up my budgeted money, knowing full well that they needed to prorate me for the month of March, and they did not. I sent emails, they haven't responded. This is what I'm going through. All right, thank you for taking the time. The current apartment complex that I'm at is ran and owned by the Salvation Army. And the name of the apartment complex that I live at is called the Railton Place, 242 Church Street, San Francisco, California, 94102. Thank you for listening and watching.